Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jerry Vanderveer. Not that you probably don't know that already. We've been on TV enough times. Our problem is that we don't have any money. So we have to consequently get out every few weeks, months, or whatever. Anyway, we're to the point now on the final phase of finishing off the new Law Enforcement Firefighters Memorial. Excuse my voice here. I just quit smoking after over 50 years, so I may get doing some coughing here. So anyway, what we have here is representatives from, I thought Peter Eschman was going to be here, but he may be a little bit late. But also we have a representative from the Robert Goldstein Foundation, that is Lloyd Emke. And what has happened is that we came down to a point where we had everything built, except we didn't have the granite. Without the granite, we don't have the heart. Without the heart, we don't have a memorial. I don't know how to tell you this, but I mean, I don't know how many times that we sat here and tears in our eyes because we were so close and yet so far away. The news media and the newspapers did a story to let people know how close we were and what we needed. And we were fortunate that a police officer, Officer Josh Hardup, who has worked with us for a long time, all during the summers here that we've been working on this. This has turned into a 3-year project. We thought it might be about a 6-month. Anyway, Josh Hardup heard it and contacted Steve Wessner with the Goldstein Foundation and asked if there was any way that the Goldstein Foundation could help. Fast forward, here's the Goldstein Foundation representatives, $10,000 that they donated to us. Heck, in the bank, out the door, gone, granite's here. So I tell you how fast we have to work. But the Goldstein Foundation came through, and Peter and Alice Eshelman, you probably know them more. Well, they're with the Joseph DeQuees and the American Specialties Insurance Company in Roanoke. They are not in Allen County, but yet they do support our police and fire and public safety. So they donated anyway, even though they live in Whitley County and their business is in Wells County, they still came and donated to the memorial. They thought it was a worthwhile effort, and they are very community-minded people. I'm sorry that they haven't made it here. They may make it a little bit late. But anyway, because of these two groups, that's the Goldstein Foundation, and Peter and Alice Eshelman were here today. If you look to your right, you're going to see in my rear here, you're going to see all of the granite. There's 9 pieces of it here, and 10 foot by 7.5 foot. This is the finest granite they make. We got it from up above. We know that this is the best there is. There is no better. And justly so for the police officers and firefighters that have given their lives, protect our communities. Now, my wife is getting ready to tell me to shut up here. Okay. Now, okay. We're giving credit here to where credit's due, and as I say, I left everything home. But anyway, the John McComb, which is representative of D.O. McComb and Sons, they wanted to be part of this as well. Now, how do you get all of these different things together, try to mesh them together? What we needed was an angel. Not to mention that we've gotten several angels that have come to help us, but we needed an angel engraved on the main monument. And as you look around here, you'll see it. You'll see a rendering that gives a rough look of it. But anyway, we needed somebody that was a professional. We didn't have the money to have it done. We found somebody that works for McComb and Sons and does engraving on headstones. It's a very expensive process. It's a long time to do, but the alternative is about 3 times the cost. So this gentleman, Dan Decker, has, the cost would have normally been $6,500 to do this. He's foregone half of that cost, and D.O. McComb has decided to go ahead and pick up that cost. So it is of no cost to us, and it's going to be done. It's going to be a beauty, too. So that's hence why McCombs are here. Okay, now to the main guys. I tell you, well, everybody's the main person here. But right now, this part, our last phase, it's got to be the Cox family, the Cox boys. That's Stephen and Stuart. I came to them 2 years ago and asked if they'd be interested in doing something to help us out with the police fire memorial. Times were good, money was coming in, they own 2 other businesses here, everything was rolling. Sure, Jerry, we'll help you. Well, here we are, fast forward, they've had to lay off some of their employees. It's Stuart, his brother, his wife, Stephen's wife, and they have 1 employee. But they're still going to follow through with what they committed to, and they're going to do it on their own. Electricity, they're paying for it out of their pocket. Everything else is at cost. All of this granite, when we first got the cost on this granite was $65,000 was the estimate. And after we got up off the floor, then we brought it over to Stuart, and during a couple meetings, then we had talked to Stuart and Stephen. They came up with an idea that has dropped that down to $15,000 to be able to do the same thing. We've gotten the, what is this? Masons Union. Ken and the apprentices from the Masons Union, they've come in here and they built, and we consulted with them also. They came in and they built all of the block monuments, which you see here, which the granite is going to encase. Now, originally it was going to have to be solid granite, $65,000. These guys all got together and come up with a plan. Ken and his men, they came up with a way of doing it and did it. And so now here we are with our granite. We're at the final phase again. Here we are with 9 pieces of granite. Just got the last ones delivered yesterday. And it's all because of, I can't say it's all because this is a combination of everybody working together. But the final phase here with Stuart and his brother Steve, I mean, when you're talking 65 grand and the money they could have made out of this, even if they didn't do it that way, they're foregoing any profit whatsoever on this because of the police officers and firefighters here in this community. So I've got to say, just for all of the people that have helped us here, that are here today, please join me as we applaud them. And I'd like to have, excuse me, I'd like to call Mr. Lloyd Emke up on behalf of the Robert Goldstein Foundation to say a few words, please.
We all know that during his lifetime, the late Bob Goldstein just had a project of his life to give back to his community. And a part of that was that prior to his passing, he made arrangements for the establishment of the Goldstein Foundation. And through that, we have been able to put back millions of dollars into this community in honor of Bob. And when this project came before the board several weeks ago, I would like to let you know that the vote in the affirmative was unanimous. So we are very happy to be a part of this memorial for the police and the firefighters of this community in Allen County.
John, would you like to say a few words on behalf, or are you
You're doing just fine, Jerry.
Well, we're going to, Stuart and Steve are going to just kind of mingle around with you. If you have some questions, just talk with them. They'll show you the process, what they're planning on doing. Don't pick up any granite. This stuff is heavy and it falls, and it's so hard to scrape people off the ground. So don't grab the granite, but you can look at it, touch it, feel it, whatever. Just don't grab it. But they'll be glad to answer questions. Kenny, this is going to be his baby. I mean, these guys are going to put it together, cut it, polish it, shape it. We've got a water jet over here that's going to cut out some shapes in there. Just amazing stuff that these guys have got. But then once it's all done, then Kenny and the men are going to put it all on there. And that's going to be a feat in itself. Well, I thank you again for coming. I thank you as a community for sticking with us all this time. 3 years, God, and I'm seeing the end of the tunnel. Hell, I'm seeing the picnic tables at the other end just because of our community. Thank all of you. Thank you, media, because you are the ones that have gotten us along. You've kept the interest with the public, and you've put up with my bye-bye. Okay, that's done.